Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Can you give us your full name, please? Spell it.
My name is Jesse Castro, Jesse-Castro.
Jesse, describe to us what you felt, what was going on when this all went down.
Well, I was just in my living room, in my den, and it's like it was surreal. I mean, the explosion was so loud. First I thought it was an earthquake, but also my windows all blew out everywhere. And then I thought, Hope Airport's only a little ways over that way. I thought maybe a plane crash. It was massive. I've never experienced anything like that before.
So what did you do?
Well, I was kind of lounging, so I had to hurry up and get up, get my shoes on, get outside. When I got outside, my neighbor, where the explosion happened, part of his roof was in my front yard. It had flew all the way over and landed. There's debris all over my front yard. It was the closest thing I've ever felt to a bomb going off. It was, incredible.
Who are your neighbors, and what do you know about that house?
I don't know his last name. I do know his first name. His name is George. And him and his whole family live there, and I'm so worried about them because the family was screaming at the house trying to get everybody out of there because you could hear some hissing, and I didn't know if I was trying to get everybody to get out of there because I heard, it could be gas or whatever. And I just hope everything's okay because we really love those people. His whole family was there, and I don't know how many were affected or not.
You heard hissing?
No, we don't know. I don't know what's going on. We don't know who in the house survived. That blast was amazing.
Does the family live there a long time?
Yeah, they've lived there as long as I've been here, which has been about 11 years, 10 years.
So you heard nothing beforehand, just the explosion itself.
And it was just like, when I saw all the pictures basically fly off my window, the wall, and all my windows blow out, I was like, what happened? First thing I did is I went outside and told my wife, get inside. And she's looking at me like, I didn't do anything. I'm like, just get inside, because I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe there was an airplane blew up and the engine, was falling, debris coming out of the sky. I could literally, when I went out to get my wife, I could still hear debris coming down around it. And I just told her to get in the house.
And you were 2 doors down?
Yes.
Are there other homes out nearby that are damaged?
I don't know.
Okay. You just got dressed and got out.
I got dressed, got out, but then they wanted us to evacuate. We had a lot of important papers and stuff inside the house. We had to gather stuff, and we're now we're just kind of standing here. We have nowhere to go. We don't really have any family close by. So. Have
you seen any of the family that live in that house?
I seen a couple of family members right when I got outside after the explosion, and everybody was panicking and crying. It was pandemonium. All the neighbors came out. It was just. Like I said, I've never seen anything like it.
And we understand there were children in the house too.
They have a couple of small children, yeah.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
Thank you.
Mind your way? Okay. Wait, hold that for you?
Right here, sir. Yep. Okay. And we'll just turn down our radios a little bit. I'll give you name and title when everybody's ready. Good enough light?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah?
Let's
Okay.
do it. Yeah.
It's Eric, E-R-I-K, Scott, S-C-O-T-T, Public Information Officer, Los Angeles City Fire Department.
Captain, tell us what we know so far.
Well, at 9:26 p.m., the Los Angeles City Fire Department responded to the 12,700 block of Archwood Street in Valley Glen for a possible explosion. When firefighters arrived on scene, there was obvious evidence of a significant explosion at a single-family dwelling. This is a typical residence. There was a lot of debris, including heavy timber that was blown into the streets, glass that was blown, metal that was bent, and some significant rafters that had fallen in that gave us that obvious definition of an explosion that transpires. There was a smell of gas, so firefighters quickly worked to determine exactly what caused this, how can they ensure that no one else was going to be injured, how many patients do we have, and how many additional resources do we need to get. So we have a total of 8 patients. 2 were transported, both adult males. One of those had significant burns that we transported, and I'd say he's in critical condition. The other adult male was actually buried under rubble. So we do have our urban search and rescue, who are confined space specialists that worked very quickly to make sure they secured his airway and were able to rescue him to safety and transport him. And we'll say that he's in serious condition. He's looking pretty good at this point. Now, the cause of the fire remains under active investigation. The firefighters did smell gas. They did work very quickly to shut off that gas to ensure that the other neighbors and the residences nearby didn't have any other problems. Fortunately, very minimal, if any, fire. I didn't see anything that was very burned. And we're working very closely with our friends at Los Angeles Police Department to determine exactly what sparked this fire or this explosion. And so we appreciate your time as we determine that.
So we see the 2 adults that were hurt. Now, there were how many people total in the house, and were there children inside?
Yes, there was a total of 8 people in the house. The 2 that were injured and required transport to the hospital were both adult males. One was critically burned, and the other one suffered some respiratory inhalation as he was trapped inside the fire. So there were actually 3 children as well. Fortunately, none of them are injured. We did call for 5 rescue paramedic ambulances that were here treating, triaging, and transporting patients. Again, we have our urban search and rescue and multiple other agencies that are here to mitigate this emergency.
So when you look toward the cause, are you leaning toward a gas leak as a possible cause here?
Well, we had the smell of gas, and so that's certainly part of the active investigation, but we're gathering that information. Our primary concern is to ensure the safety of those in the house, the nearby area. That's why we shut off the gas. And next was to determine exactly how many patients we had and to get the right resources there to treat and transport them, and that's exactly what we did. So we thank you for your patience. We'll get you more information and I'll come back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get your name again one more time?
Eric Scott.